This is a general reading for Aries for October 13th to the 19th. So if Aries is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. For the month of October, I'm again offering that complimentary 30-minute reading to someone who either subscribes or puts in a comment in the month of October. So if you want to be considered, please do those, and know that I do read all of your comments. I have posted under the community for my YouTube channel the winners for the month of September. I chose 2 new subscribers and 2 comments. I have sent notification to most of them, but check there to see if you might be one of the winners. One person already stepped forward, and I'll be doing her reading today. So check to see if you were one of the selected. I selected 2 new subscribers and 2 comments for the month of September, and I posted the names into the community. And it says congratulations as it starts. So congratulations. Now, if you want to be a subscriber, why be a subscriber? It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And because of that, my channel's continuing to grow. So when I go back to the States and I'm monetized, then that will help me in, the monetization on YouTube. Being a subscriber costs nothing. The advantages: you could be entered in for the complimentary reading. You will be notified when the videos come out if you hit notification. Now also, I have this subscriber special going on in the month of October. So it's $5 off for each reading. So normally it's $30 for 30 minutes, and now it's $25 if you're a subscriber, and that's either video or live, your choice. For an hour, it's normally $50. It's now $45. So if you want a reading, please consider it, and it's $5 off if you're a subscriber. It helps me also to have the readings because, it supports the channel and it supports me, and I have a lot of medical that I have ongoing and premiums. So by having a private reading, it helps me, and it's a very, very good price for that. So thank you. Now, my crew I have here today, I have the window open and the door open. So you can see that window in the background goes all the way through to my courtyard. So you can see it's rainy today. So there's my sitting room, and through that is the courtyard. I do have most of my crew in here today. Nina's on the table, and she's the supervisor. I guess she would be props. She's the supervisor of the table and the cards. Jason is in the bedroom. He's my security team. Now, I don't know if you can see. I'm going to tilt down. There's Hope. Now, Hope is my 16-year-old blind, deaf Portuguese street dog that I adopted a year ago. Well, I thought it was palliative care. Well, he's decided he wants to stick around, and now he's decided that he doesn't like being out in the cold weather. So usually he didn't want to come in. He would just come in at night and go out in the morning. But now he's decided it's pretty nice having a nice warm blanket here in the hallway. And it's rainy out, so he was in the threshold of the kitchen to the backyard, so I brought him in. And he's all tucked in there, sleeping, And then Nina, she's been liking to be out in the garage because I had the crate with the blanket in it, and it was all cozy. Well, I figured it out. She likes hanging out with the kittens. And they're her size. I have the 2 feral kittens, and so they're all hanging out, and some of them sleep in the crate. Some of them sleep on the dog bed, and so Nina's been hanging out with the kittens, but today it's too rainy. And the kids are just about Nina's size. So there's my crew. I'm going to put a video on an update of my health to let you know, the next steps. It's an ongoing crisis maybe too. So just because I'm through chemo, which ended in March, and my hair's grown out, and I was finally able to get my nails done. I couldn't have nail polish before because they had to see if my nails were dying from the chemo. So, she doesn't have any cancer. She has her lymphoma. Well, or her lymphoma, lumpectomy, excuse me, the lumpectomy that I had. But you know, it's still to keep it from coming back, which is why I have to have the 14 more immunosuppressant immunotherapy shots, and I have to have the radiation to kill any cancer cells I might still have there. And I have to have the 5 years of pills because I'm triple positive. I'm triple positive for the hormone, which means that it could come back. So it's all the preventing that I have to have so it doesn't reoccur. You know, I have to continue to do this because I want to be sure that I don't have any cancer cells that are floating around in there that could go to one of the organs. So I'm going to update on all of that, and you know, when I had my treatment, which was last week, then I was wiped out for several days, and I will explain that. I have concentrated on the cards for you, Aries. You're one of the largest supporters of the channel, and I certainly appreciate your support. Now, when I was shuffling the cards, I asked, do you have any messages? And what I saw was a book, an old book, and it had the, you know, the big print on it and pictures, and some of the pages were dog-eared, you know, turned over, and it was like going through the book. And I'm like, well, what does that book represent? And it's like the book that maybe where you are so far in your life, or in the lessons, or your book of life. I'm not sure, but it was this book, and it was like your story, each one of you, your story. And looking at, you know, the dog ear, maybe that was some of the ones that you want to go back and revisit, or, you know, because as you are here on Earth and coming back, you know, you're building. And one of the cards in the wisdom of the oracle is the foundation, building the foundation for everything. It's a foundation, you know, build upon, build upon, build upon. So it's not like, for example, math. Well, you don't go to calculus before you have basic mathematical skills. Well, just the same with the life lessons. You build on the foundation, and then each one is more and more intricate, more difficult for your learning curve. And that is just as you are here on Earth. And as we build, we have more challenges. So, and then you think, what is the challenge? What is I'm, you know, facing? And so, you know, it was the book and going through your book. Now, let's see what we have coming up. I'll be doing the Morgan Greer and pulling oracle cards today. So the first card we have is the Queen of Cups. Could be home, it could be someone in your life, could be a fair-haired woman, could be love. Crossed over by, oh, look at this. So the home, it can be you, it could be representing you, it could represent home, it could be with wish fulfillment coming. That's what your reading's about. At the base of it is destiny, the star. So what's ever coming up in your life is how it's falling into place. We've had lots of challenges this year, and then the planets are starting to move into, you know, I don't follow astrology, but I do listen to it, you know, what others are saying, and you know, we had that solar eclipse, and then the planets are changing, so there's some changes. Lots of signs have had challenges this year, and it looks like things are starting to smooth out for you, Aries, after your hard work. Oh, I see you like in the field tolling, you know, the old, you know, where the plow, the handheld plow, and they walked through the dirt, and I see like wiping your brow with the sweat, like whew, hard work, and you know, you've done the hard work, you've focused on it, and whew, you know, because you've been working really hard. Lessons have been really hard, and it's been, you know, the plow was a really hard thing. And just as your life, you really had to be focused and staying, plowing through everything. And now you can take, okay, now you can, you know, when I see you stop, take the handkerchief, wipe your brow, drink some water, take some rest. And that's, you know, and good things will start, because then as you're planning, okay, so this is a cornfield. So as you've done the hard work, the seeds are planted, then at the end of it all, you can sit there and see the cornfield and the result of your hard work, the harvest time. And so you put in the hard work. It's now starting to the new chapter, the new, it's like you've done the hard work, and now it's time to sit back and see the fruits of your labor. Not entirely, because there's still other things that you're going to be focusing on, but not as difficult. And behind you is the Knight of Cups. So this is all about relationships and home this time. Crowning you, is the broken heart, but it's reversed. So it could have been feeling a sense of loss, new relationships, and feeling the pain of unfulfilled expectations, unfulfilled promises. Ahead of you is the Page of Swords. You know, I like the swords because it's clarification. Then we have the Justice card, Two of Cups, the Empress, harvest time, things are coming, don't worry, it's going to be here. And then the final outcome is the Ten of Wands with the Queen of Swords, Empress with the Five of Pentacles, Two of Cups with the Emperor, Justice with the High Priestess. Then we have the Page of Swords with the Temperance, Three of Swords with the Hangman, Knight of Cups with the Three of Pentacles, the Star with the Death card, and Two of Swords crossed over by the Wish card. Okay, well, isn't that interesting? The Two of Swords is with the Wish card, so you really don't know what to wish for. When I think of a wish, I think of coins. You know, when you hold on to a coin, and what do you want to wish for, and you throw it into the fountain, like the Fountain of Tivoli in Italy is the famous one, which I found out they use all that money. Where did I see that? But they use it for a charity, as they throw in the coins. So I look here. At first it looks like things, you know, then you got some coins, some pentacles that are, you got the Five of Pentacles. And you also have the Ten of Wands. So there's some things, some burdens that are going to be coming up ahead. And maybe some negotiations as far as money, or some money that's been coming to you that is still delayed. Okay, so here we look at home or Queen of Cups. Could be a relationship, it could be you, it could be home. Crossover about your wish. This is what you want. This is what your reading's about. It's about your wish as far as, you know, the Queen of Cups is having everything, especially home. It's agreement between two people. There's the rainbow. It's a happy conclusion. So it's a 10. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles. Then we have undecided about what you want to wish for. Now, isn't that interesting? You feel like you don't have all the information because you're blindfolded. What do you want to wish for? What do you want ahead? Because here's your wish and you're undecided. You don't have all the information. So it could be that you wish for a job, or you wish for, you know, financial freedom. But does that mean your own business? Does that mean a job? Does that mean a promotion at work? You're undecided. So whatever, you know, it's a general, and then you don't know the specific. Or do you want to wish for moving to a new home, or do you want to concentrate on prosperity and a new job? You're undecided at this point. You don't know, you're at the crossroads. You don't know which road to take, and you don't have all the information, because at the base of it is destiny. It's in the stars, and there's the Death card. So it is, yes, you're at the crossroads. The Death card is not the Death card. You know, I keep saying it, it's not death. It represents the end and a beginning. So, is that the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending? That's the Greek. you know, in the infinity. So it's the end of one chapter and the opportunity or opening it for a new chapter, and it's destiny. So wherever you are, you're on track. You know, when you write your script, sometimes, you know, what are you going to want to accomplish this time? What are the lessons that you want? And so this is saying that you're right on track. That, and I think of track and I think of trains. So wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment. And you're thinking, oh, I really picked this. Well, yes, wherever you are is right where you're supposed to be because it's in the stars. It's a beginning and an ending. And that is even more interesting because you've completed one chapter. Yes, that's where you're supposed to be. You completed that and you have a new beginning, a new opportunity. Yes, that's where you're supposed to be. It's an ending and a beginning. You're right at the moment of the threshold, saying goodbye to whatever you've learned and moving forward onto the new opportunities. Okay, and I see like a doorway. You know, I always see the big doorway, and it's the curved one, like almost like in a castle or something, a really old, you know, archway, wooden door. And you're standing there, and it's got the big key. You know, the big skeleton key, you're turning the door and you're looking and you know that that's the way to go into the new, and you're looking at the back. The back is, you know, that's the 10 of Wands that you're leaving behind. It's the death card that you're leaving behind. And the new opportunity is you're going forward and you step across the threshold and you're into the new. That's exactly where you are, right? You're in the threshold. Because behind you is the Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Now this could be in a couple of different ways. The Knight of Pentacles could represent home. It could represent a person because he comes carrying love, you know, opportunity, cup of love. However, it could also be, you know, the Three of Pentacles is about learning about something. And maybe, you know, you could be learning about the Knight of Cups, some information. Or it could be about home. It could be about moving to a new home and there's finances related to that. But that's behind you because and this was the Three of Pentacles because what's crowning you is another three. And that is the Three of Swords reversed. Broken heart. And that's you're sort of hanging on in limbo. Now, if you look at these cards together, because this is what's crowning you and this is what was behind you. So the 2 threes. Now, it could be that with this, the Knight of Cups and learning about or home or something, you're sort of in limbo, could have had a broken heart, maybe things didn't work out as you wanted, and you're waiting, you're assessing, not moving forward, or it could be waiting for, some cues or some go ahead from your Knight of Cups, for example, or maybe you're applying to move to a new home now that the interest rates are going down a little bit. It's in limbo, waiting for more information with your broken heart. The broken heart can represent loss of a home. It can represent, the loss of a potential relationship. And it's rather than upright, it's reversed, which means it's healing. That it's been a concern and you're just sort of waiting to see how things turn out. You know, maybe you had some expectations of this with this Knight of Cups, and now, you know, you thought you were going to go in one direction, but now you have to alternate plan because you've got the Three of Swords reversed. It could be that you thought you were going to go one direction. Maybe you were going to go about housing, maybe. Or maybe it was going to go about a relationship, and now it's like, oops. And it's sort of like putting your brakes on and saying, well, I've got to reconfigure, revamp the direction I'm going to go. And that's where you're sort of in limbo. You could be waiting for some message from this person, or messages about moving, or messages, you know, some go ahead. And this is where you are right now. You're just in limbo. Because, I can hear the rain out there. You know, we even got rain warnings on our phones yesterday. So that's why Hope doesn't want out. He's a smart dog. He's 16, but he's smart. Old dogs can learn new tricks. He's learned to be in here. Now, what's ahead is that you're going to get the Page of Swords. This is some clarity about some information. And through that information, it says, just be temperate. Wait. It says, wait, you're going to be getting some information, and Don't be reactive when you get it. When you get that information, let it just sort of sink in and then decide the direction you're going to go. Because this will help you in the clarity. It can be either something you researched or something you heard, but as a result of that, it takes care of or addresses the Hangman with your broken heart, and behind you, these two cards, the Three of Pentacles and the Cups. So this is ahead. You get some information. Now you're going to get more direction, which also helps. What your reading was about was the Two of Swords. So this is the clarity that you're getting. And then ahead of you is the Justice card, and follow your intuition. Now this could be for different people for different things. The Justice card could be a legal situation that you've been dealing with, and it says follow your intuition. Okay, yes, follow your intuition. Some of you are still you have some settlements coming in legal situations revolving around money settlements. Follow your intuition. Yes, the people that you're suing or that you have a litigation or some sort of settlement, it could be government, benefits, for example, like Social Security or VA, or it could be class action, it could be a product liability, it could be like wage and hour or employment. Could be civil suit related to cars, vehicles or something. But it says, there's the justice thing, and follow your intuition. Yes, your intuition says that there's stalling. And they're going to try to settle out of court. For some of you, they're going to try to settle out of court for, the longer they stall, they think that you'll get more desperate. And that you'll settle for something low. Your intuition is saying, I think I better wait. For some of you, that's what you're thinking. Follow your intuition, because it is better for you to wait. And for some of you, you're switching legal representation. And yes, you're going to someone who isn't sitting on their laurels, that is more... they listen to you. They take time. And yes, they will get right on it. So, follow your intuition about that. The High Priestess. And this is the Justice card. For others, it's you making a decision of the direction to go. Can be, a direction of job. Can be a decision about a home. Because you were in limbo and you had the Two of Swords here. And the Justice card, now you have some information and you're going to make some decisions about what direction to go. What is it you want to wish for? Follow your intuition as the direction you want to go, because you've sort of been at the crossroads of what direction to go, and now you have your intuition. Follow your hunches, also based on the information that you got, and you will be guided. Okay, so it's like someone hears like a little voice inside of you, not maybe your ear, but you get like this little thing that says, do this, or look at this. That is your intuition. That's your spirit guide trying to talk to you, and follow that, because they're trying to help you in the right direction. And they have the big view, and they also have your best interest at heart. Follow them. They've been trying to communicate with you, and you discount it. This is a message. They're trying to tell you something of the direction to go, and you discount the voice inside of you saying, oh, that's just my mind thinking. That can't be. They're trying to tell you to listen, and it's about this decision, this legal situation. And so they've been, you hear that voice inside in you. That's them trying to communicate with you. So for someone, please do not discount that voice, because they're trying to communicate with you. It's like a protection of saying, look this way, look this way. Do not ignore these signs. It's like a warning. They're very, very frantic about telling you about a situation, and they have the big picture. And there's something about a settlement and something undercurrent about it. And you know in a way, but you really don't know. But they've been trying to warn you about it, that there's something hidden. And they've been trying to communicate it with you so that you, oh, okay, you've been thinking about settling too soon. And that they've been, whoever you have the litigation against, or they've been withholding some information from you. I think I already said this before in the past, but there's more information they don't want to come out before, they want to settle before this additional information comes out. And Spirit's been trying to warn you to wait until this other information comes out, when your case will be more solid and you'll get a bigger settlement, because there's something that it even adds on to more and more. I don't know if it's a product, some sort of product failure that you sued about, and they knew about, you know, the company knew about it before, but they were hiding it and they don't want the facts to come out. There's something about that. The Spirit's been trying to warn you. So stop and listen to what Spirit's been trying to tell you, to warn you, and even tell your legal team to hold out a little bit, because you think more additional information, because it's going to come out, boom, that they knew that there's something that the product had, this failure. So they knew it ahead of time. It wasn't like, surprise, surprise, oh, we had the product failure. We didn't know that. No, they knew ahead of time, which makes it even more misfeasance. So Spirit's been trying to tell you frantically, hey, listen. Okay, so that's for someone. Then we have here a conversation between two people, and here's the Emperor. Now the Emperor can be a conversation with a person of authority. It could be a legal person. It can be a government. So for someone, you're having some conversations with someone either who's making a decision or a government authority. It could be a job. It could be some sort of, again, this legal thing with a government entity. But you do have a conversation. It could be like a referee, like a legal referee. It can be a judge. It can be your attorney in dealings with the government. It could be a job offer. For some of you, maybe you applied for a government job, and you're going to hear, yes, you're going to hear. Yes, you will hear. Okay, yeah. In fact, you're going to be pleasantly surprised, because when you applied, you didn't know that it had all these good benefits that came with it. And even some of the things about the job, I don't know if it's hybrid, partial in and out, remote, or some sort of benefits, but you're going to be very pleased. It's better than you even thought it was going to be. That's what Spirit's saying, better than you even thought. So for someone, congratulations. Then we have here the Empress. Things are coming. It says be patient for the money to come. There's, you know, right now the world is really watching their finances. The world is. And this is the Empress. The harvest time is coming. Right now there's some financial concerns, but it will be turning around, and there will be plenty coming. So it's like the harvest time when you planted the seeds. You're not eating the harvest right away, because you'll be eating the product. You know, when you plant the seeds, you don't want to eat the seed, because then you won't have the seed to grow the product. So it's sort of like waiting, planting the seed for the harvest time. So it's just knowing that you're doing the necessary steps, that it is going to provide abundance for you. So it's a time of patience, waiting, and being in the flow. And knowing that during the time that you are in the flow, that you will be protected. And I see you going down, you know, I see the river, and being in the flow of the river, and letting go. Because if you're in the flow, then you're not expending the energy of fighting against the flow. So it's a conservative, you know, when you're conserving the energy, you can put your energy into other directions. If you're going against the flow of the river, you're expending all that energy trying to go upriver. It does take a lot of energy, rather than being in the flow and expending that energy for other things. So it's being in the flow and concentrating on the direction that you want it to go, and to be able to conserve and spread out the energy in more than just one particular direction. So for example, it could be at the same time you're working on getting a new job and looking for a house and working on your relationships and you know, multiple things, working on your family. So rather than just going upstream and saying, okay, I'm going to, you know, concentrate on, and then being against the flow, and maybe not listening to the messages from spirit, then you're spending all your energy in one direction, which is actually going against the force of the river, the stream. And because of that, then you don't have any energy to concentrate on any of the other part of your life. And so it's being in the flow then conserves the energy, and then it can be, then you're balanced in all parts of your life. That's what it's saying. And then the final outcome is the 10 of Wands with the Queen of Swords. I don't think you're the Queen of Swords. I think that the Queen of Swords is someone who puts their responsibility on you. It could be a boss. It could be someone around you. Or it could be an organization. You have a whole lot of responsibilities put on you. But know that that path soon will end. It will be relief of the responsibilities. And then you'll be able to have smooth sailing. That's what it's saying, is smooth sailing. So it looks like, you know, we keep wondering, how long is this going to go, Aries? But look at, you've got the Death card, which means it's an ending. You have new beginnings and new opportunities. And information coming to you. Through the information comes empowerment. Now we're going to pull the Oracle card, the wisdom of the Oracle. And angels and archangels and spirit guides, what do we have for our Aries? Angels and archangels and spirit guides, what do we have for Aries today? Okay. Angels and archangels and spirit guides, what do we have for Aries today? Right here. New life. Yes, and isn't that true? New life. New beginning. Remember, I said you're at the threshold with the Death card. There's your new life coming ahead. Ooh, and 2 cards. Community and orphaned. Orphan means creating your own family. So remember, you had the 3 of Swords crowning you. It could be the ending of something, of some, you know, feeling of belonging, but there's new community creating. Let me read what orphan means. I think it means that you're feeling like you're by yourself, but you're not really by yourself. Because then you have the community, which means that you are supported by your community. Okay, come on here. Oh, and I did try to do the microphone, which didn't work. I plugged it into my phone rather than a wireless. It was all staticky. And you know, yes, it is $9, €9 off Amazon, but it's double for shipping because they have their customs and their shipping. So anything that costs, it's like double. So it's like over 18 euros for a microphone. And this microphone I got in a little shop here in town. It didn't work. I recorded this whole long video and it didn't work. So until I get back to the US and I can go to some store like Walmart and get something, I just pray that you're able to hear my videos. Now, orphaned is number 5. So I did try. I've tried it twice now to solve the solution, you know, to solve this. But, you know, I'm anticipating. I lowered the price of my house today. Spirit told me to lower it, and I know that I will be back in the US probably in November. I think after the election. And Spirit saved me, because if I would have gone like this month, I would have been maybe stuck in the weather in Florida or stuck in the storm or something, and I have my dogs that I'm shipping too. And I really worry about them. You know, I know I'll be fine with Nina on a plane or in a carrier and we'll be sitting at the airport, but I worry about my dogs that are being shipped, you know. because definitely Milo and Jason, and I don't know what I'm going to do with Hope. I'm hoping I can leave him here with someone that will take care of him, because he won't understand being in a crate. Now, orphaned is a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. So it's like a redefining, because it's a beginning and an ending. And then we have the community card here with it. So it's an old, here's your death card. No, you know, you're losing, it's more than a job. It could be relocating, it could be a different job. And so you're losing your identity, and then here's the community. Now, I can remember way back when that we're defined by our jobs. Not that, you know, that it's our all, but maybe you see yourself as an employee of company XYZ, and that job ended, XYZ closed down, or they had a big layoff or something. Well, then you're losing that sense of community, of identity. I remember when I quit work and stayed home to be a stay-at-home mom. So, you know, before I had a professional job, and then one time, I can't remember, I think I got stopped for some little light thing with my car, and the policeman said, well, are you a housewife? Well, I'd never been a housewife. You know, I think, well, you know, what does that define me? But he had to put occupation, housewife. And I had never considered myself a housewife. I consider myself a professional. So it's that sense of identity of who you are. But then you have the community card, which means after that, then you have a new community. So it is a death of not only letting go of the past, but there's also the future. And that's part of that sense of loss, that you don't belong to that organization anymore. Maybe it's not even belonging to a core family. Maybe there's been a split up and you no longer have all of the in-laws and everything. But know that there's new community forming. You're not lost. It's adding to. It's just like when you go to a new place, you don't lose all of your old friends. You add more friends to it. You add more people. But this could be even more, because maybe you're not the employee at XYZ anymore, that they're gone. Well, that's that loss of being orphaned, but know that there's other things ahead. That's what it's saying. And you do have new opportunities. Now I'm going to pull the I Ching card here. Okay. I'm putting that aside. I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's raining out there. Pretty heavy. So then, because the houses in Portugal are so poorly constructed, then you have the dehumidifier. So I have the inversions, which are a heater, air conditioner, and a dehumidifier. So the water just drips outside. But it's important to keep the moisture out of the house for the mold. So I have that running so I don't have mold growing in the house, because that's a real issue in Portugal. Angels and archangels, what do we have here for Aries? Okay. And your card is liaison. Now, it's a 44, that's a master number. And let's see, liaison may be a new community too, some help coming to you. Maybe liaison in the court case too for some of you. This is an attraction is strong, but the relationship might not be destined to last. The coming together of disparate forces may not be what it seems. An apparent harmless but potentially dangerous element has attracted attention and is pulling on a stronger one. A traditional Chinese image is that of a bold but immature young woman using her charms to gain influence over someone in a position of power. Sounds like an intrigue, huh? And ironically, the powerful person dallies with her, thinking it can do no harm. Ha, famous lost thoughts. When power shifts into the hands of those who are not prepared for it, misfortune can come to all parties. Still, you need not fear meeting with those whose positions are different from yours, as long as you're free of ulterior motives. That's interesting. Be wary of temptations that arise because of the power of your position, or conversely, your connection to someone in an important position. Combat temptations to take unfair advantage of power differentials by nipping those in the bud before they can flourish. As soon as you become aware of a dangerous liaison, promptly speak up or step away. When honorable and balanced, there are indeed times when a rendezvous of the yielding and the strong turns out to be a great opportunity for a positive and construction relationship. The difference between careless connection and relationship of depth lies in the motives of one's heart. How sincere are you? Now, that is a very interesting card, isn't it? Now, it's not for everybody here, but it's specifically for someone who has a temptation. And you're hearing this. And remember that if you misuse your power, you're creating karma. So a lot of stuff that's been going on in the world, there's, we don't need to worry about karma for anybody else. I mean, we need to concentrate on our own path. And just know that karma will happen. Everybody's accountable to a higher judge, not us. And so if they misuse power, they will face karma. If I misuse my power, I will face my karma, and it will be me that's accountable, just as if you misuse. So this was for someone. Could be that someone has been offering you something that morally you know is wrong, but it's temptation. There's ways of things to be morally wrong that can have financial advantages, like inside trading, for example, or knowing about something. So you might be tempted. And do we take the high road? That's what this is saying. So this is a message for someone. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the 2 Louise Hay cards and the Starlight. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm just hanging at below 4,000, and all of a sudden it will go zip. I know it will go up over. And if you're considering a reading, it would be very helpful for me. I'm still, I put out an appeal because I have to pay my insurance premium next week, and it's the conversions of dollars to euros because it's donations in dollars and then it's discounted. And right now, a euro is stronger than a dollar, so I have to discount. So I think I'm like 100 euros short of being able to pay for all of my premiums. And I know it will happen, and it's Monday. So if you're thinking about getting a reading, shoot me an email, because the readings, all you have to do is send me an email, and my email address is down below. If you want to donate, you can donate through PayPal, and that is instantaneous almost. I get like I get right away, I can get PayPal. So angels and archangels, what do we have for our Aries here? And, here's one. My life works beautifully. Look at that. Everything in my life works now and forevermore. There. And here's the other one. I am willing to let go. I release others to experience whatever is meaningful to them, and I am free to create that which is meaningful to me. There, letting go. Letting go. We all have our own path. Okay, now the Starlight Meditation card. And Nina's still here. Hope is sound asleep on the blanket. Makes me feel better to think that he's not out in the rain, or and last week he's standing right out in the rain. But now he's knowing he's safe here on his blanket. And I think he's housebroken because during the night he wants to go out, and then he wants to come right back in. So I know that he remembers being housebroken and knows the direction to go outside though. Angels and archangels. Here we go. Trust. The light in you cannot be dimmed. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? The light in you cannot be dimmed. That's a pretty awesome one. Well, Aries, thank you so much for being one of the biggest supporters of the channel. And so thank you so much. And until next week, Nina and I are sending you light and love from Portugal. Thank you.